What is up, guys? My name is Sparky Midori, otherwise known as the Prince of Darkus, and today, the 30th of December, I promised this, and even though it's not Wednesday, I said I would do it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to announce the winner of Bakugan of the Year. The award going to the Bakugan that was voted the most out of the comments that were left on my YouTube video, on Reddit, and on Instagram. Reddit I added because mainly not a lot of people were voting on YouTube, so I went to Reddit and the Bakugan official subreddit. If any of you don't know that, I highly suggest you go and see the subreddit. It has got all kinds of other fans of Bakugan showing their arts, their collections, their finds, their hunts, you name it, it's there. So one thing I just want to point out quickly, I'm sorry for this weird camera angle. I, for some reason, have misplaced my my tripod, so I'm mounting my phone right now with some cards. So, bear with me. Also, something I just wanted to apologize for real quick is that when I made that video talking about Bakugan of the Year, I feel I wasn't as descriptive as I should have been in regards to the guidelines of what you could do. Because I had people voting for Bakugan from the Legacy days, I had some people voting for multiple Bakugan at once, I had a lot of people that weren't specifying what Bakugan, like a Chaos Core Pegatrix, or a Aquos Dragonoid Ultra, or something like that. Okay, Dragonoid Ultra Aquos never happened, but that's an example. Or like a Diamond Hydrus Core, things like that. People weren't specifying, and that's my fault, so I'm sorry about that. So I went through all the votes, and for those of you who voted more than one Bakugan, you know who you are. I took the first Bakugan you listed, because the first one you list is most likely to be the one that first came to your mind instantly when you thought of the title for Bakugan of the Year. So those who voted multiple times, I took the first one you listed. Plain and simple. Also, since I didn't specify the cores and the ultras, there was a lot of confusion when I went through it, and I ended up with a split title of giving this award away to like 6 Bakugan, and no, we only need 1. So I went through all the votes again, and I considered if someone voted for Hydrus, and they just said Hydrus, I took that as Core and Ultra. Even if they said Ultra, I took it as both, to just specify as this Bakugan, not this one you play with, just this Bakugan, which Bakugan deserves it. Be it Core, be it Ultra, this Bakugan is getting the award. So, I did that. I went through all the votes. I took only the first ones of the people who voted for more than one Bakugan, and I made sure to round this up into a category where if you vote for Ultra or Core, that counts as a vote. So if someone said Trox Ultra, another person said Trox Core, then that's still just 2 votes for Trox. No specifics. So it just made it easier, and I can actually give this award away to a single Bakugan and not 6. Okay? So, the actual winner is really surprising. I'm not gonna lie. So I have a list that I'm looking at right now to write this all down of what Bakugan got how many votes, and it's genuinely sad. Okay, so at 3rd place, all these Bakugan got 1 vote, and they're 3rd place. Kellyan, Trino, and Trox. Every single one of these Bakugan only got 1 vote. There was only 1 vote for Trox, 1 vote for Trino, 1 vote for Kellyan. Well, no, I'm lying. There were 2 votes for Trino, but the person voting for Trino was one of those people that voted for a bunch of Bakugan. So I'm not gonna make a witch hunt or anything bad by showing the names up on screen. You know who you are. But yeah, I'm sorry. I was really expecting Trox to be further up, because Trox is honestly a really cool Bakugan in its design. Oh, that's something else I forgot to mention. I haven't watched a lot of the anime, like at all. I think I watched up to episode like 11 or 12, because we don't have it here in South Africa. I have to watch it externally. Hooray. So what I'm going off of is from my experience in the TCG, what I've seen in the cards, and what little I know about the Bakugan in particular. So I'm sorry if I say anything that might be wrong in relation to the show. Kellyanne I've never seen before, so I imagine it would get a lot of lower votes because not a lot of people I know have it or even have seen it, really. So I didn't expect to get a lot of votes for it, considering it doesn't have a lot of exposure in regards to the toys. Again, that's just from what I'm going with and not in the grand scheme of things. I could be very wrong. A lot of people could have it. Maybe I just don't and the people around me don't. So for the number 2 spot, we actually have a tie between 8 other Bakugan. Hooray! You can imagine my frustration going through all this, trying to get at least one more vote for these Bakugan. So this is what kind of drove me to just make it group up. If you vote for an Ultra or a Sing or a Core, it counted as towards voting for one Bakugan. So that was my problem here, because there was a lot of ties in the grand scheme of this, and I didn't want that. So this is the list, and this first one actually surprised me. Kubo. Kubo is the number 2 spot. Yes, Kubo is a meme lord. He is the Bakugan meme lord in the show and the cards. I mean, he dabs. And he's a jerk, from what I hear. He could be good, but a lot of people think he's a jerk, apparently. I honestly thought he'd be higher up, considering he's one of the Power Creep boys and he's such a cute design. I mean, I want a Kubo just because it's a cute design. I don't care if it's not strong. I want to use it just because it's cute design. So I thought Kubo would be higher up. Next is Nilius, surprisingly. Ultra and Core. I had 1 vote for an Arliss one, and I had 1 vote from Haru Ren for the Darkus Ultra Nilius to make it. And sadly, Haru, it didn't make it. I really wanted it to, but it didn't make it. Oh, that's another thing. I'm not voting in this. Sorry. Because I knew if I did, it would be it would look like favoritism, and it would look like I was trying to get one particular Bakugan to win, and that's not what I wanted, so I stood away from this entirely. And if you think I'm cheating or messing with the votes, you can go check my Reddit posts and my YouTube comment section and count the votes again yourself. You'll see I have the same number here. So, Nilius, sadly, is also in the number 2 spot. Sorry, Haru, and sorry, my Nilius. I have my Core one here, my Ultra one is put away right now. But, yeah, that also took me by surprise, considering Nilius is the antagonist Bakugan. Next is Mantinoid, actually. So, Mantinoid is one of the few Bakugan that I genuinely love the designs for. Both the Core version and the Ultra version. Yes, the Core version's kind of okay-ish, but it still looks like a praying mantis. The Ultra one is by far one of the best designs I've ever seen for a Bakugan, because it looks like a praying mantis. It actually looks like a bug. But also, from what I know, I think only the Ventus one and I think Chaos or Aquas is actually good. I only have the Ventus one. I haven't looked too much into the other ones because I try to just look at it blindly unless I'm strict on money, in which case I will look for a Bakugan in particular. But from what I've seen, Mantinoid is really good. Darkus I know is horrible, just because of the Evo card I have for it. For the Ultra one, I mean. So yeah, Mantinoid I expect to get higher up just because of its design, but number 2 seems like a decent spot. Next is Kloptor. Kloptor, I have not seen a single Kloptor, Core or Ultra, at all, in person. I mean, I've seen videos and pictures of it, but with its unique eyeball popping thing, I don't know if that's a drive for it to get higher up. I'm fine with it having 2nd place, but I thought if anything, this thing would have been 3rd place. I'm sorry if anyone who likes it, but if I were to be in this thing and it were me, I would have just, I don't know. I find it weird that it's in 2nd place. Okay, next, this one actually caught me really by surprise. Drago. Sorry, my chair. Drago. Dragonoid, I got 2 votes for it. I got one that said that Hyper Dragonoid should be Bakugan of the Year, and another one that said Diamond Hyper Dragonoid should be Bakugan of the Year. So I took them both as just Dragonoid as a whole. because those are two different Bakugan, and they're both Dragonite, just one's Diamond and one's not. And sadly, it's only number 2. I honestly thought it would have been higher, considering it's Drago, the face of Bakugan. Hey, I have nothing more to say on that other than I am surprised. Next is one of my favorite Bakugan designs, and that is Webum. Webum surprisingly only had 2 votes on it. A Darkus one and a Ventus one, I think, or someone said Diamond, I can't recall. But there were only 2 votes for Webum, and that took me back quite a bit, just considering the fact that its design is really unique with how many legs it's got, especially when it came early on. It looked so awesome. I still want a Darkus Webum. I don't care if it's bad. I want a Darkus one, just because of Magnus. It is Magnus, right? Magnus has one in the show. Well, in the first few episodes I saw him have one. I haven't seen much of him after that. But I just want to Webum. It looks awesome. And I'm fine with it being in the 2nd spot, considering what's in the 1st spot. Okay, Tertonium. Tertonium is a Bakugan that a lot of people, well, 2 people, but this was some of the immediate votes I got, and people were justifying it really well. Some people talking about its stats, some people talking about how easy it is to play, but there were 2 votes for Core Tertonium, one being Chaos and one just being General, I believe. I could be wrong, sorry if I'm wrong, but I can see that. I've seen Ventus Tertonium Core, its cards, it's good, it is, and I want one, but I don't have the money for one right now. But I have seen it, I agree with them, it does kind of deserve the spot. Decent-ish? I mean, I didn't have a lot of experience with it, and I've never seen it in play myself in person, so I don't know how good it is in practice, but I could just be ignorant, and I haven't seen any actual battles with it. And for those of you who love it, awesome, because I love Tertonium and its design, the Ultra one. I want a Darkus Ultra Tertonium so bad, it's not even funny. Okay, this last spot for the number 2 spot for 2nd place Bakugan really surprised me, and I'm kind of upset by it, because Pegatrix is in number 2. Pegatrix was one of the first extra Bakugan that I ever got. If you remember how my collection started, it started getting just a normal Drago because of nostalgia's sake, and I wasn't going to get invested in Bakugan. Then I started the channel, and then I got a starter pack, and then I got the Chaos Pegatrix. It was all over the place, but it's something I'm never going to forget, because as of right now, I have a Chaos Pegatrix, Aquos Pegatrix, and Pyrus Pegatrix. My sister has all those Pegatrix, and I want it so bad. But yeah, I definitely want to get all the Pegatrixes. Just because 1, the design is awesome. 2, the cards are awesome. 3, it's an awesome Bakugan to use. Even the Darkus one. I don't care what you guys say about Darkus Pegatrix. Pegatrix is Pegatrix. So, I'm honestly kind of disappointed this wasn't Bakugan of the Year, because of its awesome design. The way you could play with this thing in early game when like waves were still being released. This thing, I would have said deserved the spot because of those reasons. The way you could play it when it started, how you can still play with it, and it's amazingly well designed in the early few waves of Bakugan. And the final spot, the person, nay, the Bakugan that takes the prize of Bakugan of the Year, in regards to the votes that you guys gave me, is Hydronoid. Let that sink in. Hydronoid, a Bakugan that came relatively late, that a lot of people don't have, but still voted for. This thing is a beast. Aurelus Hydronoid Ultra destroys. Ventus Hydronoid Ultra can very much destroy. I have no experience with the other ones. Darkus I want just because Darkus Hydronoid. Again, okay, so one thing I want to point out here. I think a big contribution to Hydronoid's favoritism in this little vote I did is because of OG Classic Hydronoid. If that Hydronoid didn't exist in the Legacy TV show, I guarantee you not a lot of people would have bought or even noticed the Hydronoid until they saw the evolution cards, and they would have just come mad at it, wanting and getting all the cards and cards I don't have and the Hydronoid I don't have. But regardless, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would have even blinked until they saw the evolution cards for Hydronoid, just because it kicks butt. So, combining an awesome design, the reputation that this Bakugan has in the Legacy TV show with normal Hydronoid, dual Hydronoid, and Alpha Hydronoid, I can see why it got voted for #1 in regards to the votes that you guys put in the comment section of my Reddit post and my YouTube video. I'm satisfied that Hydronoid is actually the #1 spot. I mean, Dragonoid and Nilius, I try to say Drago and Nilius together. Dragonoid or Nilius, I would have expected to take the #1 spot, or Dratonium, based on the early votes, because in the first few days he was already in the lead with 2 votes. But I'm not disappointed that Hydronoid actually has a #1 spot. So, there you go. Hydronoid is the greatest, or the best, Bakugan of 2019. Just Bakugan of the year. I'm not making any strategic claims here that it is definitely the best. Based off the votes you guys gave me, you guys believe that Hydronoid should be crowned Bakugan of the year. So there you go, Hydronoid. You are the king. You are Bakugan of the year. So tell me, what do you guys think of all the votes that you guys sent? Do you think that Hydronoid should have been the Bakugan of the year? And if not, please tell me why in the comment section down below. Oh, I forgot to mention, Hydronoid actually had 3 votes. 1 more vote than any of the others, but it was the defining votes. If I had not counted Ultras and Cores as one Bakugan, it would have been a straight up split decision between giving the crown to 6 Bakugan, and that's not what we're here for. We're here to give the crown to one specific Bakugan. In this case, it's Hydronoid. So tell me, what do you guys think about that in the comment section down below? Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you don't, tell me why. If you do, then tell me why again as well. I love reading you guys' comments and the feedback you give me. So, I think that's going to be the last video I upload for 2019, now that I think about it. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with me throughout the beginning of my Bakugan YouTube channel in 2019. And don't forget to stay strong and battle on, Battle Brawlers. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.